Hey y'all, welcome to Music for the Average Joe. Let's talk about music theory. Some people are put off by music theory, and I get it. It is a lot to take in, and it can feel like a math lesson. But it is extremely valuable, especially in composing music or soloing. Really any aspect of music, it's going to help you understand how and why certain parts are working together. I'm going to try to make this lesson as painless and digestible as possible. To be fair, some of the work that you have to do on your own could get a little tedious, but I think it is 100% worth it. I think music theory will always enhance your playing and never detract from it. So we're going to learn where chords come from, and then where chord progressions come from. And then on Patreon, we're going to deep dive into how to make chord progressions that don't just stay within one scale. I'm going to tell you the fast track shortcut way to understand all music theory. Sounds like a trick or a scam. It's not, but it will take a lot of work and it might not be easy. So the first thing, there's two things. You have to understand the major scale and its formula and how it's created thoroughly and completely. The second thing is, on your instrument, you have to know where all the notes lie, what the note names are. I could have done this on piano, it's a little more visual, but I want to encourage my guitar players out there to get into theory and learn the note names. So real quick, for instance, I'm going to play 3 notes. That's E, G sharp, A. Well, look, there's an E right here. Or I could do it this way. Up an octave or two. You get the idea. So imagine we have all these licks, all these chords, triads, solo ideas in our brain, and we want to play them anywhere on the fretboard at any moment. Well, knowing the note names is going to help us navigate the fretboard. Now, the other thing is the major scale. So pretty much all chords that we know or hear in like 95% of music are going to come from the major scale and harmonizing that. Now, any scale can be harmonized, so if we took like the harmonic minor scale, we can get cool chords like this. C major, sharp 5. But that's a separate conversation. Once we understand the major scale and where it lies, we can play it anywhere on our instrument, then we pretty much know all the modes, because the modes are just different iterations of the major scale starting on different degrees of the scale. That might be a little confusing, but just for instance, here's our C major scale. So if we go to the second scale degree, which is D, and the second scale degree is going to be Dorian. So if we play the C major scale, but starting on a D, Dorian, right? D Dorian. And that goes with every key. Let's talk about the major scale formula. We're going to start on our root. We're going to play in the key of C because there's no sharps or flats, so it's a good place to start. Then we have a whole step to D, whole step. That'll put us at E, half step, F, whole step, G, whole step, A, whole step, B, half step, back to C. Whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. That right there, folks, is the secret to all music. It might not sound that exciting, but once you understand that formula and can create the major scale anywhere on your instrument, it is going to unlock everything. I mean, not everything, but close. Now, let's talk about how we get chords from this scale. Now remember, this applies to any scale, not just the major scale in C, and not even just the major scale. You know, it could be A minor, it could be A harmonic minor. You get it. Any scale you can do this with. So to harmonize and find the chords, all we do is we skip one scale degree and go to the next one, and then repeat that. Let me show you. So we're going to start on C. We'll skip D. We got E. So right there is a major third, a dyad, if you will. So we'll skip F. We got G. Right there. We all know that sound. That's a C major triad. A triad is a 3-note chord. And even this cowboy chord version of C is just a triad, because we got C, E, G, and then C up an octave, E up an octave. And that goes for all these cowboy chords. They're just triads. They only have 3 notes. Now, if we keep going, we'll skip A, and we'll wind up with B, the major 7. And the numbers correspond to this. So we got 1, skip 2, 3, skip 4, 5, skip 6, 7. That leaves us with 1, 3, 5, 7. That's what makes up a major 7 chord. Or minor 7 or dominant 7 or altered 7. It just depends on whether some of those notes are going to be flat or the minor version, dominant version. We'll get into that a little bit more. So, here's a version of a voicing, I should say, of a C major chord that we all know and love. Now, if we're going to have everything laid out exactly how it's harmonized, which is of course easier on piano, but we can do that with a major 7 chord on guitar, like that. We got C, E, G, B, 1, 3, 5, 7. There's our C major chord, right? So, where do chord progressions come from? If we're in C major, what chords do we have at our disposal? What can we play? Now, we have a lot of chords at our disposal, not just what's within the scale, and that's what the Patreon lesson's for. But let me show you. We're going to go up to the next scale degree, D. We're going to do the same thing. Skip E, which would be the next note. We get F, and that's a minor third, right? Now we'll skip G. We got A. Minor triad. D minor triad. If we keep going, we'll skip B, get to C. That will be our D minor 7 chord, right? D, F, A, C. And if we're going to play that exactly in that order in a chord, we almost have to do it right there on guitar because of the layout. It's kind of tricky to get. Well, let's see, I guess, yeah, you could do something like this, but I think this is the easiest place to do it. But, you know, we have different voicings, and that's why the guitar is an amazing instrument. Maybe the best instrument, I don't know. But this is the D minor root position voicing that we all know and love. Now, I'm not going to do that for every single degree of the scale. That's for you to figure out. But each time we do this on the major scale, it's going to yield the same results. We got the 1 chord is a major 7, 2 chord is a minor 7, 3 chord is a minor 7, 4 chord is a major 7, 5 chord is a dominant 7, 6 chord is minor 7, the 7 chord is a minor 7 flat 5, half diminished also it's called, and we're back to our root, C. Again, anywhere we play this major scale, if we want to do it in B flat, if we harmonize these notes, we're going to get the same thing. B flat major 7, C minor 7, D minor 7, and so on. So, if we're trying to make a chord progression in the key of C, those are going to be the best place to start, most likely. Depends the sound you're going for. You can get jazzy with it. That's the Patreon lesson. Anyway, let's just go through a few common progressions involving these chords. I want to start with a progression here. So sometimes there's a common misconception that whatever chord the progression starts on is the key that it's in. And sometimes that is very much the case. Probably more often than not that is the case. But we just learned all those chords from the C major scale. So what if we were to start on an F chord and we go F to D minor, up to E minor, then A minor. There's no C in that progression, and yet it's in the key of C major, or you could argue A minor, the relative minor. And the reason that we know it's in C major is because we just went over all those chords. We have a D minor and an E minor in the progression. No other major scale is going to have an E minor and a D minor in the same progression, because that's just the way it works out when you do the harmonization. 2 minor chords in a row can only mean that the root will be C major. Sorry, if it's D minor and E minor specifically. And to go to like the B flat example, if we had C minor and D minor in the same progression, we know it's B flat or G minor. I'm getting a little lost in the sauce. Let's just try this progression. So we're going to do F major 7. This voicing, of course, is 8, 10, 9, 10, starting on the A string. We're gonna do a 4 count, and we're just gonna play these in a jazzy kind of Freddie Green style, which just means quarter notes. So it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got F, D minor, E minor, A minor, and I'm playing the 7th chord of all these: minor 7, major 7. So let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So to analyze this with numbers, we would have our 4 chord, which is F, right? Again, this is all coming from that major scale formula. So 1 is C, 2 D, 3 E, 4 is F. So that's our 4 chord. Then we'll go to our 2 chord, D minor, because that's the 2nd note of the scale, right? You guessed it, E minor is 3, and then A will be our 6th scale degree. Now this is just getting into the very basics, folks. There's chord extensions, there's different ways to do substitutions, all that stuff, of course. And there's inversions, of course, too. So, you know, this isn't what this lesson is going to be about, but like there is an A minor 7 chord, but starting on an E note. We could also play that right here, starting on G. And maybe I'll do a lesson of that too, just all the different voicings, or common voicings. Let's try a different progression. Let's do the most basic, 2-5-1 jazz progression. It's all over pop music and jazz music. So our 1 is C, of course. Our 2 is going to be D minor. Our 5 is G7. So this is like the bar chord triad version, but with your pinky lifted up. You get the F in there, which is the 7, flat 7, dominant 7. Then back to C. So we'll do C for a bar, D minor for a bar, G7 for a bar, C for a bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to C. Now again, the numbers for those chords are just coming from that major scale. G is going to be the 5th note in the scale. Let's try just one more, and this time we'll start on A minor. How about that? So 1 to 4, whether you're playing the minor or major, very common progression, or change, I should say. It could be in any progression. So we'll be in A minor, D minor is our 4 chord. From there, let's go up to F, and then to G7, back to A minor. Obviously, we can have chord progressions that have many chords, many changes, many bars. For now, we're just sticking to 4 bar chord progressions. So let's try that. We got A minor, D minor, F major 7, G7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to A minor. So folks, that's pretty much it. It's a lot to take in. It's deceptively a lot. So what I want you to do is take those chords that we mentioned for C major, try them in every possible way you can imagine. Make all these different chord progressions, do your own thing. And if you have questions, please ask. I'm really passionate about this stuff. I know theory can seem kind of boring. Maybe I'm a nerd, and I always kind of did like math class. It makes sense to me. But theory to me is just like the building blocks. It's where you really just like open up Pandora's box, except for like the good version of that, whatever that is, for creating music and creativity, having fun, exploring. The major scale is a great place to start for that. So join us on Patreon. We're going to get into all kinds of crazy, we're going to try different stuff and see how we can get out of the very chords that we just learned. We're going to see how to break out of that and play some more interesting stuff. Thanks, y'all.